In every pilot's career, there are moments that truly test you. When the engine sputters, the weather turns, or a system fails, and suddenly there's no checklist for what comes next. The cockpit goes quiet, all eyes are on you, and your real skill as a commander is revealed. HEMS captains in particular seem to cut through chaos with calm, making impossible decisions look effortless. After years in the cockpit and learning from the best, I've distilled their approach into 6 practical techniques for managing high-pressure situations. These aren't just theories. They're actionable methods for staying sharp and focused when the unexpected hits. Most training barely touches on the art of thinking clearly under fire, but that's what we're tackling today. Here are 6 techniques to help you stay in command when everything is on the line. The first technique is the time options risk model, a framework to bring order to chaos. When something goes wrong, don't just react, pause and ask, how much time do I have? Is this urgent or do I have minutes to think? Next, what are my real options? Don't get tunnel vision, mentally list every possible course of action, even the less obvious ones. Finally, what's the risk of each option? Weigh the pros and cons, considering weather, terrain, and passenger safety. This isn't about finding a perfect answer, but about making a structured, informed choice. It's a practical application of threat and error management, actively managing the potential for error. So, when the pressure hits, take a breath, time, options, risk. This simple script turns panic into professional control. It's the foundation for all high-pressure decision-making. The best pilots are never caught off guard. They're always playing what if in their minds. This technique is about staying ahead of the aircraft by mentally rehearsing contingencies before they happen. On every flight, ask, what if the engine fails now? Where would I go? What if the weather drops below minimums? What's my alternate? This isn't about anxiety, it's about building familiarity with problems so you're ready if they occur. Mental preparation reduces cognitive load in real emergencies, letting you act instead of scramble. Apply this to every phase: pre-flight, taxi, cruise, approach. Always have a plan B. By constantly running these mental simulations, you're rehearsing for situations you hope never happen. Make it a habit. Challenge yourself with what-ifs every flight. Preparation turns surprises into manageable events. In a crisis, the urge to rush is powerful, but the best pilots know when to slow down. Slowing down isn't indecision. It's a deliberate pause to ensure your actions are thoughtful and precise. When things go wrong, take a breath. Say out loud, let's slow down and think this through. This signals to yourself and your crew that you're moving from reaction to problem solving. Slowing down lets you apply the other techniques: assess time, consider options, weigh risks. Remember, aviate, navigate, communicate in that order. Fly the aircraft first, then solve the problem. Rushed thinking often leads to mistakes. A few extra seconds can make all the difference. Recognize the feeling of being rushed as a red flag, your cue to slow your thought process. Calm, deliberate action increases your odds of making the right call. In high-stakes moments, slow is smooth, and smooth is safe. Training is your foundation. Let it guide your initial actions in a crisis. But real-world situations rarely fit the manual perfectly. Don't follow procedures blindly. Understand the why behind every checklist step. When you know the intent, you can adapt intelligently. Sometimes the safest choice means deviating from the script, delaying an engine shutdown to gain altitude, for example. This isn't about ignoring rules, but about using your training as a flexible tool, not a rigid command. True mastery is knowing when to adapt for a safer outcome. Let your training structure your response, but never turn off your brain. Competency means understanding when and how to rewrite the script. In the cockpit, silence during a non-normal situation is dangerous. Verbalizing your thoughts keeps everyone on the same page and builds a shared mental model. Say what you see, what you think, and what you plan to do. Invite your crew to confirm or challenge your assessment. This thinking aloud process catches errors and turns a solo problem into a team solution. Your tone matters. Calm, deliberate speech reassures your crew and keeps the environment focused. Clearly state urgency. This isn't time critical, let's work through it methodically. Make it standard practice. Talk through any abnormal situation, use a professional tone and invite input. Clear communication ensures the best decisions are made with all available brainpower. Your brain is the most critical system on the aircraft, but it has limits. In a crisis, prioritize aggressively. Triage problems and focus on what needs your attention right now. Aviate first. You can't solve anything if you're not flying the aircraft. Delegate tasks to your crew. Free up your mental bandwidth for strategic decisions. Filter out distractions. Ignore non-essential information until the situation is stable. Avoid tunnel vision by consciously choosing what matters most in the moment. Practice this discipline. Ask, what's the single most important thing I need to do in the next 30 seconds? Protecting your mental bandwidth lets you make the big picture decisions that lead to a safe outcome. Stay clear, focused, and in command. These 6 techniques can transform how you make decisions under pressure. It's not about reacting fast, it's about staying calm and finding clarity in chaos. Use these tools to structure your thinking and bring order to the unpredictable. The best pilots are defined by the quality of their thinking, not just their flying skills. When the checklist runs out, your mindset makes the difference. For more insights and stories, subscribe to the Pilots Who Ask Why. Join our crew today.